Hi, welcome to Get Unready with me. Well, there's a snowstorm, and I talk about the first 2 weeks of the spring semester. Um, Also, yes, I do take out my pin curls at night because if I leave them in, my hair gets greasy. But just leaving them in like hours before is enough to like make it last a couple days. So keep that in mind. Um, so I have some story times from the last few weeks. I've been going to a lot of events with my friends, and that's been very fun. There's only so much I can say that's not me just like doxing everyone in my life, but I have some good little like anecdotes or antidotes. I mix them up. Um, and the first one is not clickbait when my Uber driver could have killed me. Or I guess if I post this unalive to me. Um, No, but I was at my friend's house after this Rocky Horror birthday party we went to for my friend, which was really fun. And then when I was leaving, um, she called me an Uber, and um, when I like left the house, it canceled. Like I'd already like ran down the stoop to get into the car, and like apparently the ride had canceled. I knew that because she like called me a few minutes after. But the guy in the Uber was like, "Hey, Uber for insert name," and I was like, "Yeah." I got in, and then he was like, "Oh, I got another like ride request, but I can still like drive you." And so already, not a good vibe at all. And I was already in the car though, so I called my friend to have her on the phone all the time because like sketchy situation, but he didn't seem to be like in any sort of like altered state of mind. So like if the logic is operating and you know there's a witness because I'm on the phone the whole time, then you're not gonna pull anything. So I stayed on the phone with my friend, and he kept on being like, "Oh, I got another ride request," like, and I did see his phone. He had the app and everything, but he was like, "I got another request. Like, I have to go pick them up. Like, can I drop you off here?" I was like, "Yeah," like before the actual drop off spot, but I was like, "This is a weird situation. Sure, do what you need to do." Um, but then he didn't. Like, he kept going, and he did drop me off at where I was headed. Um, and I like opened the door to get out and leave, and I had one foot out the door, and he was like, "You're very beautiful. Can I have a hug?" Which like, what? Um, so that was scary. I was still on the phone with my friend, thank God. I was like, no. And I'm not proud to admit this because usually I'm very headstrong, but it was like 2 in the morning and I was not completely sober yet. He just kept on asking, and then I was like, no. And I think I offered a handshake, and let's just say like his grip was like firm in a way that was almost like, I don't know if he was like thinking about like pulling me in or something, but I had both feet out the car at that point. So, yeah, and then I was like, okay, that's enough, good night. Um, shouldn't have engaged at all, lesson learned, but I feel like I did most of the steps right. Insane situation though, and the ride wasn't even free because there's a cancellation fee even though he's the one who did it. You can see like on the app that like we didn't cancel it. So that was bonkers. Um, what else? I don't know. Yesterday I was at my friend's Smurf Day party. Everyone was painted blue. Um, and like the highlights were like probably the end of the night. We were singing karaoke. His friend is like an actual jazz singer and did the FNAF Five Nights at Freddy, and we're in the audience, the living room, um, kind of snapping along, swaying our lights. It was actually like, it was really lit. Um, oh, and that reminds, no, not related, doesn't remind me, but another one of my tales that I can tell was of being at the pizza place down the road after karaoke with one of my friends. Um, and there was this old guy there who was kind of just wandering around and talking to people, like some just like loitering stuff, whatever. But he was like in the place doing that, and he we saw these two people who like I recognized from high school. They were like a year younger than me, and I like knew the one guy from theater. And turns out the other girl knew my sister, so that was crazy. Like they were on dance team together. Anyways, weird connections. We were talking to them, but apparently the old guy asked the like person I knew from high school for like a vape or a cart or something, and he was like sure, because he was super drunk, but he was like sure and handed him his cart, and then apparently the old guy just like just didn't give it back. And mind you, like his friend was doubting him of like, you're like really drunk right now, are you sure, like empty your pockets? He didn't have it, but he kept on talking to us being like, if I catch that guy on the street, it's over. um and it was comedy, except for unless if he actually really did just like get one of his belongings taken from him. It's very like Stan Pines, like how old people can kind of just do things. Cause what are you gonna do? Like, just like physically fight this old man? Like, it is a predicament. But like Stan Pines like cutting the line because he faked a heart attack or whatever. Those who know. Um, but yes. Oh, but then they left, and he kept on like walking around in circles, and then sort of talking to me, my friend, and I don't know how he started the conversation, but he said something about like, I don't know about this, and that, but like you ladies got class, and he just kept on saying that like in that way, like you ladies got class, and he, like referenced I was wearing like this big jacket I have. It's like fur lined. I if you can't tell from the everything I have going on, my hair kind of has a vintage vibe. My makeup, so like I can see like clothing, whatever. The energy there is there of like saying classy or whatever. Um, and but then he continued talking. He was like, "There's some real sluts that come in here," and cause he was kind of mumbling and my friend was kind of drunk, she did not hear that at all, and she just kind of kept on being like, thank you," which also like, yeah, I don't know. Hey, keep in mind for all these stories, I always have pepper spray around my neck, like at all times. So know that. Um, but just did not hear him be like, yeah, there's a bunch of sluts come into this place, so it's like good on you. Just very funny. And then again, another interaction. We were leaving, and this guy who was not, this other guy was like an old man. This guy was like in his 30s or something, so just like not a college student, but whatever. And came up very, very drunk, slurring his words, but like generally non intimidating. Just kind of like it wasn't like scary aggressive drunk is all I'm saying. It was like a awkward conversation. But he just like came up to like similarly point out to see like, yeah, this jacket, like you got it going on. You got a couple of years just glamorous, like that vibe. But then was leaving at the same time as us. I'm like, uh-oh. And like we were walking and he kept talking and being like name of our school, right? And we're like, yep. And he's like, same, a couple years ago. Like, and I was like, okay, we're not doing this. Like, although there's two of us, I got my weapon on my necklace, and like this guy is so drunk, he was like dropping his phone and shit. Like, what's he gonna do actually though? Like, cause if you can't even like keep your phone in your pocket, how are you gonna execute anything? But I still was like, I'm not doing this. So I just said to my friend, oh, I think I forgot my phone in the restaurant, and so I was, and River was like, oh, okay, let's go back. So we went back, and point being like, no, I didn't forget my phone, and I was like, I was acting, thank you. Um, so I kind of guess that my story times that don't involve just like interpersonal friendship, like fun I've been having, are kind of life and death. Ooh, another life hack though, because I'm realizing this video has turned into how to survive scary situations as a college student, as a woman in college, as a femme presenting person that exists in the world. That challenge, the one of surviving. Um, in addition, for the snowstorm prep, I kind of unlocked a major hack. This is the last piece of advice I'll give. What should I call this? Big sister advice? I don't know. I'm a big sister, but they were sold out of water bottles everywhere because COVID happened. Everyone's like, yeah, every time there's like a major disaster, we should all hoard things and like make sure it's not evenly dispersed. Um, yeah, I don't know, like that's the bandwagon that society's on now because there was no toilet paper, no water bottles, whatever. And this is like maybe the stupidest thing I've ever done, but also like kind of smart. I was just trying to figure out like what to keep water in, and especially as like a college student, like I don't really have a lot of like specified Tupperware and nice containers for stuff, so like I didn't really have anything to put that much liquid in. And I was at Lidl, which is super cheap, and they had like the off-brand 2 liter sodas for literally $1.19. So I got like 3 of those and brought them to the party the other night, and used the empty bottles to fill it with water. And now instead of buying like a billion little tiny water bottles, it's just like I Brita filtered the water and uh, you know, poured that in. So if you have like a Brita filter, like good tap or whatever, just from now on I am gonna keep like old bottles. Oh, and I also used like some old wine bottles and stuff too. So reduce, reuse, recycle, and also it will make it easier when there's instances where people have to like you're sold out of essentials. Um, so that's my life hack that I wanted to share, and this video's 11 minutes about now. Um, I might cut a few things, but I don't know if anyone will end up watching this.